camera. I'm sorry, I probably should have done it before, but well, and let me mute briefly. This is early for me, so that's in place. I just might need to mute if I'm hearing myself. Oh, stop messing with things. There we go. And let's just make sure that's because there's a little thing I need to do. Does it not remember who I am? That would be tragic. There we go. Okay, and we're ready. Isn't that what I did? Oh, it's after that. Gotcha. Over here. And let's see if we have a camera. Turn that on. And that looks good. So we'll just tweak this a bit, and it looks like doing good. How are you? I'm doing tarot readings for people who want them. It's all good. Okay. Looks like Facebook wasn't playing nice with someone, but we'll see if we can get that to work. And let's go ahead and get our camera in place and see how that goes. Dum-ba-dum. Oh, you're fine. Let's see if I can bring that down a little more. Yeah, that's pretty good. It limits my space, but well, we'll give it a shot and see how people like it. So yeah, tarot readings for those who want them. Just drop your questions in and we'll do what we can. I was under the impression I didn't get that many views, especially with just the nature of tarot reading and how that goes. Yeah. I mean, you be good to the people who are good, and they'll usually come back. Or at least enough of them will come back, and then it starts accumulating. So. Now I'm wondering if I need to go check my Twitch stats or something. Let's use that deck. Hey, Stargazer. How's it going? So just to answer this real fast, and I guess we can go ahead and turn this on. So tarot refers nowadays to the set of, 78 cards that I want to say Rider Waite canonicized, so to speak. But you've got, different cards. So for example, Ace of Chalices, Strength, Stargazer, just go ahead and ask your question. But I do have another one that I need to do before that. We'll just lay some of these out. So let's see, we've got a Chalices example, 2 of them, a Pentacles, a Wands. Hey, Tina. Let me just find a Swords, just so that we've got the whole set of suits. So a normal deck would have diamonds, hearts, etc. A tarot deck has chalices, pentacles, wands, and swords. And so you've got the normal ace through king. You can see that in some of these. But then there's an additional set of cards called the major arcana. The normal ones are referred to as the minor arcana. But tarot is, well, these cards have meanings associated with them, and we draw from the cards and get answers from them. So some people would say it's dark magic. For others of us, it's just being in tune and a gift that we have. So all right, and now so I've got a question from someone who's having trouble with Facebook, so I'm going to try answering that. So I'm going to do her question. That's for Lavina. And then Stargazer will do yours. And then Tina, if you have a question, go ahead and drop that in. I've got a couple different decks, and I feel like they've got sort of their preferred subject matter. So for Lavina's, Gosh, how should I highlight that? I guess let me make a caption for that real quick. Since she doesn't have a comment I can highlight. This is the deck we'll be using, the Destiny deck. And let's just grab the name. Something like that. Okay. So we'll answer this question from Lavina. And yeah, so we'll be using this deck. So she's asking about this particular person, future, thoughts and feelings. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, that covers everything. So, and we'll see if we get, because thoughts and feelings, I can usually get those in one read, but as far as like the future outcome, that'll depend. Let's see. So I follow a Christian tradition. I'm trying to commune with the spirit to get them to guide me to the relevant cards. So it takes me a bit. Let me just set these aside for now. Okay. Okay, and then looks like we found thoughts. Let's see what else we can get. Is it also this one? That seems to be character. Do we have feelings or outcome? Nope, not quite right. So what's going on there? Is that reversed? Okay, not exactly what we were asking about, but if it's for us to know, I'm not going to complain. Is it still just off the bottom? Okay, finally found feelings. Now, are we going to get outcome with this read or not? And that doesn't seem to be there. Let's see if there's a card here. Not quite. Is this all we're going to get? Yeah, that seems to be all for now. So I don't know that we've got outcome, but and let me try to get this more on screen. Okay, so this would be Aditya, if I'm saying that right. Thoughts, feelings towards Lavina. Let's get those a little further out of the way. And then this is reversed. So not quite opposite meaning, but something similar. But this represents something drawing their attention away. So 7 of Cups. Okay. The Chariot. 5 of Swords and 4 of Swords. So, I mean, feelings. How to put that? Gosh, I mean, timeout has a negative connotation, but really they're taking a break. They're exhausted in a sense, so not working at full. As far as thoughts, 5 of Swords is indicating conflict and upheaval. So I don't know that they think favorably of Lavina. For themselves, they got the Chariot, which is fine. As far as what's distracting them, well, let me reference another guide, because the one for this deck doesn't actually include reversed meanings. A normal 7 of Cups deals with choices and trying to distinguish between good ones and not. But reversed. So here we've got limited options, difficult decisions, no information. And this book also has a second guide. And here we've got lack of purpose, diversion, confusion. So yeah, they're just really uncertain and don't know what to do. And I don't know if that's really something Lavina can remedy. I don't know if she can. Yeah, because I don't know that it's information about her or related to her that he's lacking. We don't know that. So yeah, but feelings, I mean, in the end, that might get warm and fuzzy, but with the 5 of Swords, they're not anticipating, harmony. So that's that. So that was Lavina's read. Let's go ahead. I mean, next will be Stargazer's previous question, but as far as this quick one, so I follow a Christian tradition. I'm communicating with God through the Spirit. And then if they so choose, they'll relay whatever information they want. I believe in a pretty kind and caring and open God. So as far as getting answers for people, really the only thing they need is to also have faith that I can get an answer and that there's something that's willing to give it to me. So they don't necessarily need to believe in God, the spirit, any of that. As long as those core details are the same, it should be fine. And that's a fair question. So let's go find. That was Tina's question. But Stargazer was asking about their father, I think. Should I call my dad? Let's see which deck. Is that going to be Cosmic? Yeah, okay. So this deck uses different names than a traditional tarot, but it still maps each card to something in the canon. And that's fine. The decks have the guides for each deck will have slightly different takes on what cards mean, so I like to refer to them a fair amount. Okay, we did highlight that. For the nuance, because I do think it matters somewhat. For this one, we'll probably get 3 cards, but we'll see. Sometimes I don't get them all. There's a 3-card spread I use for yes, no's. And really just having more cards gives it some middle ground. Oh, sorry. I should be showing the cards while I'm doing that. I forget that we can now see this process. What else we got? Okay. I want to make sure I got them. Howdy. Yes, go ahead and drop your questions in. I don't have a list just because we're hitting multiple platforms. You can see we've got Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube all tuning in. So, yes, free readings. Just drop your questions in, and I'll just do them as fast as I can. So let's see. So we've got our set of 3 for the yes, no, or in between answer. I'm just going to check real quick if we've got extra information in the cards themselves. So yeah, it's feeling fairly weak, so I don't know if you really want to act on it or anything. This one just seems to be filling out the set of three. Three of trees, the Pathfinder, and the maze. Yeah, I'm just going to have to double check. Three of trees. Trees in this deck would be Pentacles. The Pathfinder, I'm not sure if that's it's a face card. I'm just not sure if there was the maze. Okay, yeah, that is Temperance. So that's normally what that is. And then I need to check what Pathfinder is. Normally Page of Pentacles. So those two should be yeses. Let me just double check on the maze, Temperance. That would normally fall because I want to say yes, but yeah. Okay, so yes, you should call him. And let me double check Three of Trees. The Pathfinder indicates a capacity for being able to find the path. Not that you know the path per se, and not that it's already laid out, but that as you tread down it, you'll be able to get there. So good for, well, when you don't know where you're going, but you're on the right track. So, and then let me just get the Three of Pentacles real fast. Determination, willingness to grow, hard work. So, yeah, it's just comboing with dealing with that uncertainty and whatnot and just pressing on. So, and again, those were light details. Overall, as far as your question goes, the answer is yes. So now let's find Tina's question. No problem. And I mean, there is a meaning associated with temperance. I'm just using the inspiration I get to help interpret the cards, really. Because I mean, it could just be, it's just a yes, no answer. It could be all of these have relevance. But yeah, just from the spirit, we've got our answer, and then these just have some light information. So that's how that goes. Let me find Tina's. Fair question, Misty. So we've got Tina up next. Let me put together a list because we did have a number of people hop on right then. Well, thanks, Stargazer. Sorry, I'm catching up on the old chats. Angel Lover. Yes, you can get a reading. I would need the question, though. She would be the next one. The Nanda. And I need to spell these out before I have to just look them up again. And then Mishti, Rajni. And KK. So, going over the list. We're doing Tina now. Her question's on the screen. If Angel Lover has a question and wants to ask it, she would go second. Then Nanda, Mishti, Rajni, and then KK. That's the current order or current list. Okay. Money and love within the next year. Yeah, that's probably going to be a Prisma question. So let's just shuffle those a little. And stack that back. Okay. And I mean, the way it's phrased, it's a yes, no. I don't know if we're going to get just a combo for both or if it'll break out love versus money. We'll just find out. Okay. Will do. Let's see. What's the right card for something else? Let's see. So it seems like we're getting separate answers for money and love. So we'll check if those are in the right spot afterwards. Let's try to find our cards first. Okay. Is that all our cards? Okay. I guess for you guys, let's try to get this a bit more on screen. Dun-dun-dun. So that is this money. Okay, so money and then love. And do we have extra information? Okay, and those are just fluffing it out. Okay. Medium weight. I don't know if it's really an action thing or just information. This one's on the lighter side, so I don't know that there's too much to worry about there. Money, Nine of Pentacles, Hermit, Ace of Swords. I think Hermit's going to, they damp it just a bit. But the Ace of Swords is fine. So this is in the yes, but may take some time. I'll focus on that in a bit, see if I can get a little more particular. We've got the Chariot, Seven of Wands, so seven's an exception. And then the Hierophant, so Seven of Wands. Okay, yeah. So that trumps it says the answer is yes, but you must fight for it, which, given the nature of love, makes sense. Let me go ahead. I'll read the Chariot. As far as the money goes, let me see if I can get more on that. Yeah, I think the damp that this is putting on it is just that it might not be next year. It might be into, what would that be, 2023 at that point. You might start getting into a bit of 2023. Not to say that it couldn't be 2022, but as far as like the range we're getting, it's the later half of 2022 and then into the start of 2023. So fairly big set. As far as what the Hermit, the information that's being conveyed, it's introspective, in a sense, just reflect inwardly. And so that's probably getting in alignment. But again, that was a lighter card, and I don't know how much work you really need to do on that, because that might just happen naturally. I'll read the Chariot, but otherwise, yeah, we got our yes there on love. Willpower, self-assured, confidence moving forward. Being completely assured is a rare and glorious moment. If through careful preparation, self-discipline, and steady determination you find yourself a victor, you have every right to be proud of your accomplishments. Direct this energy into further efforts. Have total confidence in your abilities. You've clearly demonstrated to yourself and to the world what you can achieve. Forge on, refusing to let any obstacle stand in your way. So, I mean, that's almost capitalizing on the yes, if you do fight for it. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, in my mind, that's just taking the yes from the relationship, fighting for that and winning, and saying you can apply that other places too. So, um, we don't need that sort of stuff. And then, hello, Nikki. Okay, I'll add you to the list. But now, Angel Lover. I don't know that they ask their question. If you're on, go ahead and drop your question in. I feel like Angel Lover tends to bounce. No problem. Let me go ahead and clean up these cards. But if Angel Lover isn't on, we'll go on to Nanda. Okay. My father is mentally sick, sometimes makes lots of problems in house. When will my father problem be solved? Okay. And this is probably, this is going to be a Prisma question. Oh, so I guess let me go ahead and just show cards. And really it's focusing on when. So we'll see what we can get on that front. Dates and whatnot tend to be difficult for me, but we'll see what we can get. I think that might be everything, but let me check. Okay. And then this seems to be the main card. This seems to just qualify it. So if we need clarity, we'll be referencing that. Yeah, that's all I know for now. Let's see. 4 of Swords. And then 2 of Pentacles. I think I need to read 4 of Swords. I mean, we saw that card earlier from a different deck. It's rest and recovery. But as far as how that translates into a time, let me read and see if something stands out. Contemplation, reflection, pause. The stillness of winter is the perfect environment for quiet, contemplative repose. Take this time to restore and reflect. Amass your strength and gain perspective and clarity. Lay your struggles aside for now in this moment of peace. I mean, mean, for me, I keep getting the idea of a nursing home or something like that. But that's not really a time. That's a solution. Let's get the, oh yeah, Pentacles is the other way. Let's get the Two of Pentacles. This one deals with ups and downs. Balancing work, productivity, priorities. Life's imbalance is its greatest strength. To the man that masters the back and forth motion, the perpetual movement propels him into a steady, productive rhythm. Keep it all together by not paying too much attention to one thing. Except that everything has its time and its place, and it is up to you to decide when it's time to move onwards. Yeah, and this is the one qualifying it, so. I mean, it's not really a time, but to me, it seems like it's speaking to a nursing home and that it might be time to use that solution, which resolves the problem. It doesn't really say a when per se, so really that it's just when you would implement something like that. But yeah, that's what I'm getting from those cards. Not really the kind of answer I think you were looking for, but that's the answer we got. Let's see. After Nanda Mishti. And there's this. And there was the follow-up, but it's the same thing. So, okay. Basically, is there some sort of connection with them? Is this a prism? Yeah, it looks like it. I would have expected Cosmo or maybe Destiny, but guess we'll be keeping with this deck. So. Okay. Further down. Go ahead and set those aside. just keeps going. Okay, so where's our third card? Okay, and do we have extra information? Yeah, and then yeah. So this will help describe it, but otherwise we've got yes, no, which I'm assuming is yes in this case, but let's find out. Queen of Wands, yes. Nine of Chalices, yes. King of Chalices, yeah. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure those are all yeses. Because, yeah, lots of cups are yes, and then it's just the wands, but yeah. Yeah, that's all good. So, yes, and then Queen of Wands is going to help us understand what kind it is. Oh, yep, that's the right one. Queen of Wands. Charisma, radiating energy, inspirational. The Queen of Wands is the vibrant expression of a brimming mind. Sunlit, exuberant, she takes all the positive energy of fire and warms the world with it, radiating confidence and charisma. Her joyful display is infectious, inspiring positivity in others. As a result, she is a respected and productive leader. When you see her come up in a reading, consider how you can incorporate her enlivening energy into your life. I mean, in general, she was a positive influence. That's the short of it. So, yeah. I'll add you to the list, T. Just did Mishti. Angel Lover still hasn't asked their question. Maybe I should reach out to them. I feel they're just a bit impatient. Yes. Sorry. It was a yes. And then the Queen of Wands was just describing it more. Okay. Rajni is next. And that's going to be a destiny question. This is hardly the worst thing. I mean, you found a... Well, I hope they're a BFF in this life, at least. So we're on Rajni, then it's KK, and then it'll be you, Nikki. But thanks for repeating that. It'll make it easier to find. And then after that, T. Okay, current feelings. No problem. You're welcome. Thank you. Well, maybe one day you'll be laughing at that joke too. They obviously think it's pretty good. I think that might be everything. Yeah, so this is going to be the main one. I mean, this is a touch of color, a hint. It's a fairly light detail, so let me set that aside. And the Hierophant, tradition, knowledge, King of Cups, strong, psychic. I mean, from the Hierophant, I don't know that this really even counts as feeling. It feels more like formality. So, yeah. And then let me read King of Cups, but that's just a light touch. So, really, well, I mean, given it's largely a formal thing, really have feelings in the way that we talk about them. So, King of, oh, and are we sharing this? We are, okay. Let me go check our stream because it looks like we have people just being trouble. Because that was one. And I want to say we had another one earlier today. And we really shouldn't have to put up with that. But I can't see them all right now. Okay, so guess I'll just have to go back and try and clear that out later. But King of Cups. Might as well get this detail. Has mastered his emotions and leads with love. He's the father archetype who brings structure and authority while being kind, gentle, and compassionate. King of Cups is a person who provides unconditionally for his family. In his work, he follows his intuition. In friendships, he is sociable, and like his counterpart, the Queen of Cups, he is sensitive and chooses his friends wisely. He may have a wide circle of acquaintances, but only a few confidants. This card shows up to indicate the ideal love who is unafraid of intimacy. In a case where a decision must be made, if you are indecisive, always follow your heart. Yeah, so I think this is describing the nature of them, but it just reinforces the Hierophant that, at least towards you, it's a more formal thing, that you would be in the acquaintances category rather than the confidant. So, and yeah. Now, KK. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Irene. Does Irene want to talk to you? Oh, with you, I guess. Question is this even the right deck? Yep, that'll do. So maybe I should just leave this view on. This is looking like a yes, no. So where's our third card? Okay. And do we have any extra? Okay, yeah. So these two are also going to describe intent. This one more so. But overall, Page of Wands, Strength. So yes card so far, Page of Cups. Yeah. Those are all yeses. So then these two, strength. I mean, this one's a very gentle strength as far as interpretations go. It's pretty compassionate, which would speak to good intentions on their end. And then Page of Cups. I mean, the notes here are right path and love. So I think they're honestly trying to do their best as far as, reaching out and talking with you. So that's what we're getting from that. So that was KK. And now Nikki. How to make the connection better. This is usually the relationship sort of deck. Yeah, it could be a number of them, but this will be fine. How to make it better. Is that it? There's a certain emphasis. Well, yeah, let me go ahead and flip. 8 of Cups. Departure, change. Wow. It's just the one card, so we can read the guide. Reveals a time of restlessness, as though something is missing. You may be going through a transition, even though things may appear harmonious to the observer. You may need to walk away from a situation or a person. It may be time to move on and leave something that no longer gives you fulfillment. This should not be a hasty decision. Only break away when you are sure there is nothing more you can contribute. Although you may feel sadness, it is the right time to let go. You will soon feel energized and move towards your soul's calling. Not at all what I was expecting. But I mean, ultimately, you're wanting more from this relationship, right? And I'm not sure that your partner is actually going to give that to you, given this card. So, I mean, I would talk with them about that. and make sure you know what you want long term. But yeah, you might not be able to get commitment. And again, this one isn't in a rush. It's not saying move on for sure. Do what you can first. Um, in a sense, prove it to yourself. But yeah, I'd probably talk with them about what you want. Any questions, Nikki? We didn't really get a read on that. Uh, Based on how you're phrasing the question, they seem to be a good person. That's not really inspiration or anything speaking. Um, but yeah, you can be two good people that aren't meant for, yeah, um, something else. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if that means he's reluctant to get married and get in a committed relationship for long term. But if that's important to you, and if that needs to happen sooner rather than later, then maybe that's a deal breaker. And that's not to say he's bad or you're bad. That's just your interests don't fully align, which I mean, we all would like to have love and happiness sooner rather than later, but gotta go about it the right way. Can't really take shortcuts. Okay. Well, and I guess is companionship all you want too? Because I mean, with the Eight of Cups, it's kind of like you've maxed out the relationship already. That's sort of what it says to me. Check, but whenever I get that, that's sort of the impression. You've done what you can, and if not, do what you can. But then it's probably time to move on to the next thing. Okay. Okay. And I mean, you don't have to leave him, to be clear. But if you are wanting something more committed long term, um, well, you might have to find that elsewhere, I guess. And given what you said, you're not in a rush to do that, and that's all fine and good. But I don't know if what you've currently got is all that you want. But anyways, you can chew on that and talk with him and whatnot. So let's find T. Will things get better in terms of career? Yeah. And I guess it's really just a yes, no. Okay. Okay. Do we have extra information? Yeah, on that one. Okay. So this one has extra information. The rest are just filling out the yes, no. So King of Swords, Two of Wands, King of Pentacles. Two of Wands, I want to say, is an exception. Let me double check that. The Wands tend to be the tricky ones. Oh no, Two of Swords. Okay. So those would all be yeses. So an answer, yes, things will get better. King of Swords has the extra info. Let's go ahead and read that. Oh, too far. There we go. Clarity of purpose, realistic expectation, ingenuity. It takes a great man not just to fight evil, but to subsume it, divert it, and use it for good. Such an immense task calls for impeccable character and keen clarity of purpose. Realism and ingenuity are your greatest weapons when faced with a mighty foe. Do not let good sense to do not let good sense become clouded with emotions. I think they just had an edit error there. Face the facts with cold stoicism and find the best way to proceed. The answer may be simpler than you think. So just you've got the ability to get there. Yeah. We're doing tarot readings. And we just finished our reading for T. So let me know if you've got questions, T. But otherwise, we're good there. So, yeah. Is that... Okay. So I guess... I don't know if that's supposed to be doggy or doge, but if you've got a question you would like a reading on, just let me know. And otherwise, we can just sit and chat. Or maybe I'll have breakfast. Who knows? Because we did have a lot of questions today, but it seems like it's calmed down, which tends to happen when people have to wait for their turn. So, yeah, and let's go ahead. I guess we'll do this caption for a bit since we're all caught up. Let's see. Yeah, we're all good there. Okay. So, yeah. I guess just to let you guys know, I accepted a job offer. I don't think that there's fixed hours, but it'll probably be hard to do the Monday session. I mean, for next week, we're still good. So I guess as far as schedule goes, we'll still do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I start on Wednesday. And once I get a feel for what the schedule and requirements are going to be like, I'll let you know if we can still do Mondays, if they'll just be short, or maybe we'll just do social media where it's just send me your questions in Messenger or on a post or whatever. So we'll see what that's like. It's just going to be hard to time box it. So, I mean, here, obviously we just end the stream, but yeah, can't really do that with text so much. But yeah, so we've got that going. And I think we'll go ahead and call this good for today. So, well, we just talked about schedule. This should also be in the description, but we've got a link tree if you want to check out the social media, other streaming if you don't like your current platform, I guess. And there's a PayPal if you want to donate. Still getting out the pictures from Monday and Wednesday since we had trouble with the camera then, but hopefully we'll get that all wrapped up soon. So yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend, and until next time.